shit behind me. Keep my diamonds blinding. Gotta keep it suave like I'm Sade in the 90s.
Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, as you can tell by the title, I will be reviewing Rihanna's new foundation, the PROFILT'R Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I purchased this one at Sephora. It came out a few months ago, so it's fairly new on the market. On the Sephora website, it describes it as a light as air powder foundation that gives you light to full coverage with a soft matte finish. The coverage is a medium coverage. It's a matte finish, which I personally like. The formulation is a pressed powder. And things that they feel like you need to know: this powder delivers a non-cakey, blurred finish with no flashback. The buildable light to full coverage formula loves to be layered without settling into fine lines or clogging the look of pores. It's also sweat, humidity, and crease resistant. Plus, it has a chic portable compact. So from the description, it seems like a desirable product for myself. I have seen a few YouTubers review this product and they seem to be very satisfied with it, and I would say happy with it as well. The only issue that I have with those YouTubers, and they were lovely women, the only thing is that they had nearly perfect skin, or seemingly perfect skin. From what I can tell on the screen, I could not see a pore. I did not see a pimple or any oiliness or any skin concerns that I personally deal with. That is an issue for a person like myself. And when you have seemingly perfect skin, and by seemingly perfect, I mean what I perceive through the screen, more times than not, foundations are going to come out really well on your skin. However, when you are suggesting or recommending products like this to other people, it seems like you're delivering a bit of a pipe dream. So I decided to do my own review with my skin concerns. So even though these ladies did a marvelous job reviewing this product, I could not personally relate or feel like I was going to get the same outcome just because I have a different skin type than they do. I have skin concerns that can jeopardize the way foundations look on me. So I decided to do my own review for those people out there who have similar or exact same skin concerns that I have, and hopefully I can be of help to you. I think it's good that people with all skin types review a product and they can find someone they can relate to and manage their expectations when it comes to these foundations and other beauty products. So without further ado, I will be trying the Fenty foundation today on my skin. So if you could not tell by the title, I will be going over my skin type again. My skin type basically is oily. I have acne prone skin. I have hyperpigmentation, and I have pores the size of Mars. So I don't know how my skin comes across this camera, but if I can come a little closer, you can see the oil on my skin already, and you can see my hyperpigmentation. I also have uneven skin tone and some dark marks and some post-acne marks. So I mean, though I'm proud of my skin and I love the skin I am no matter what, and I've come a long way. My skin has improved over the years. It's come a long way to where I've gotten now, and I am very proud of my skin. And you know, a lot of times you can feel very self-conscious about your skin because you see so many of these people who advertise these beauty products with such beautiful, perfect skin, and it's, for me, an issue with the beauty and skincare market is that so many models that they use to advertise their products usually have or I say usually, but most of the time they have beautiful skin already. So it just makes their products look even better. Like it makes it look like it's working. And then for people like myself who is viewing this advertisement, it makes me feel, it gives me a false hope that like, oh, my skin's gonna look like that if I use this product. And it's like, not really. I mean, there's a possibility it could, but you can't go based off this human being with perfect skin. When you use someone with perfect skin, it's not really showing the effects of the product. And that's my issue, is like, start using people with skin concerns or people that do not have conventionally perfect skin. And by doing that, you can show how effective your product is on these different types of skin types, as opposed to someone who already has perfect skin, who tries your product, oh, and surprise, surprise, their skin looks perfect. It's like, that's selling a pipe dream. And I feel like it's a way to like, it's like false advertisement, but it gets people to buy their products because they automatically are gonna believe that their skin is gonna look like that, when actuality, that person's skin looked like that months before they tried that product, and it'll look that way months after they try the product. If you really want to show the effectiveness of your products, you need to use models that are dealing with various skin concerns. And that way, when their skin, or if their skin improves, depending on how good your product is, it'll be proof that your product is genuine, it does work, and it can improve your skin. So, sorry about my little rant. I hope that wasn't too long, but it's just something that I've been holding inside for quite some time. It's just like, I'm not gonna name no names, but I'm sure you can tell when you see those advertisements of these beautiful people with this beautiful skin, and they're like, oh, I've been using this product for so and so, and look at my skin. It's like, girl, your skin looked like that last week. Like, what's the difference? What are you trying to tell me? Like, we know you have perfect skin. You've always had perfect skin. This product, who knows if it actually worked, because you've always had perfect skin. So anyway, moving on. So this is the package it comes in. Oh, I didn't even tell you how much it retails for. So let's see. It retails for $36, which is good. I feel like I feel like that's a good medium. I've paid like $50 for a foundation, and that was the Dior foundation. I really did enjoy that foundation. I felt like it really worked well with my skin, so that's why I was willing to pay that much. For me and my skin type, I feel like it can be difficult to find a foundation that works well with me. So when I do find one, I am willing to pay that amount of money for the foundation. So this is what the packaging looks like. Right, and then you got the back there that just has a little description. So basically it's the same description, or similar, just very similar description to what you see on the Sephora website. And this is the case, the compact case that it comes in. It really is really nice. I really do like this. I would describe this as a chic compact case. It is a pale pink color. I don't know if it's showing up white on the camera, but it is a pale pink. And then on the back it has a little color swatch along with your number foundation that you see there. So I am 340. Oh, also something else that I wanted to point out about this foundation, it is that if you purchase any of the other foundations and say your number was, I'll use me for example. So my number was between 370 and 390, depending if it's winter or fall. With this, I had to get a 340. So I say all that to say, you cannot use the same number for your liquid foundation as you would for your powder foundation. They do not match, they do not coincide with one another. So keep that in mind. When you go to Sephora, you will need to do a color swatch, which is what I did. And this is what it is. And I feel like the color is coming up maybe a teensy bit lighter on camera. But yes. So it's So cute. It has the little Fenty Beauty initial imprinted into the powder. It does come with a mirror on the back of the powder compact, as you can see there. And then on the bottom, you have the sponge. I'm not going to use the sponge, but what I will do is use a brush and a different sponge, one that is like the beauty blender, but not the beauty blender. I did have the beauty blender, but when I washed it, I left it on my kitchen counter to dry, and my little mischievous cat jumped on the counter and started playing with it, and now I don't know where she put it. So she's holding it hostage and I can't find my beauty blender. So I had to go and order a cheap one because I'm not shelling out $20 for another beauty blender, knowing that it's somewhere in this house. So I will be using, let's see, I will be using this beauty blender. I've used it before and I guess it was okay. It's the only one I have. I believe this is ColourPop. This is the ColourPop sponge. It got great reviews, so that's why I'm more trusting with it, even though I've only used it once. Let me go ahead and wet this sponge so we can go ahead into the application. All right, and for the brush, I will be using this brush, which is Real Techniques foundation brush. I've been using it for close to a year now. I really do like it. I use it for my liquid foundations, which is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation, I believe it is. I really do like that one. That one's a really good one for my skin. All right, so let's get into it. For my primer, I will be using, which one do I want to use? Let's see. I will be using the Maybelline the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio. This one is the primer base that will blur and smooth skin. So I got this one from Target. I want to go ahead and use the Fenty foundation as well. There we go. I was hesitant. I didn't want to initially use it because I don't even know if I have anything in here. Oh, I do. Okay, look at that. So we'll put this on our skin as well. You can always use more than one primer. Let me put my little butterfly twist. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sponge. You can see I have a little bit of dryness. Okay, can we talk about something really quickly? Oily skin and then you have those really dry spots. It's annoying. But yeah, okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and dip the sponge into the powder. So there. Okay, this is actually not doing anything for my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and use the sponge that comes in the compact. I'm going to grab that there. It's kind of hard to pick up, but one little trick, I don't know if you guys know, that I learned by watching a lot of these makeup tutorials. You always want to pat the foundation into the skin before moving it or like buffing it to the skin, because if you don't pat it into the pores first, the foundation will then sit on top of the skin instead of into the skin and have a more flawless skin-like effect. Okay, so you guys can see that it is offering the light coverage, but it's not covering up a lot of my dark spots. So that's what it looks like. I use the ColourPop sponge and then I used the sponge that came with the powder compact, and you can see just one layer what kind of coverage I'm getting. And you can still see some of my hyperpigmentation, my beauty marks. You can see that still come through, but it does offer that light coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and try and put another layer. And the first layer, it doesn't feel so bad. It is a lightweight, which I do like. But you can feel like there's something on your skin, if that makes any sense. It's light, but you can, I don't know, kind of feel like there is a light powder on your skin, right? Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm just looking into my mirror here. Now I'm going to pat some more onto my skin. Okay, so that's with the second layer. Now you can see a lot of the pigmentation was covered up with the second layer. You do have that kind of powdery finish on the skin, but I feel like it is from me not moisturizing enough. So I would recommend that you really hydrate or moisturize your skin. I'm sure if I put another layer, I can get some more coverage out of it, but I'm pretty happy with it now. So next we are going to be using the foundation with the Real Technique brush. As you can see here, and you can see the denseness of it. So it'll pick up a lot of product, which is what I like about this brush. So, but you also have to be mindful that it will pick up a lot of product, pick up little at a time and build as you go. I'm gonna tap this, get that excess powder off.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pat that into the skin while I look into my mirror.
Okay, so this is just one layer on my skin, and I 100% believe that the application with the Real Technique brush did a way better job than it did on this side. This is 2 layers. This is 1 layer. I feel like the application was smoother. I feel like I got more coverage because, again, this brush is dense, so it is going to pick up more product than it would on a sponge. And it looks a lot smoother than this side. So let me go ahead and do another layer. Note that if you're like me and you do have darker acne scars or hyperpigmentation, prior to the powder or after, I guess it depends on your preference. I would go in a concealer that closely matches your skin tone and go over those darker pigmentations with the concealer prior to applying this foundation, just because, as it has described, it is a light coverage to buildable foundation. So I wouldn't bet on it covering up the darker scars. I would go in with like a concealer to help conceal those marks. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup, and I'll come back to you with my final thoughts. Hey guys, welcome back. So I finished up my makeup. I did my concealer, bronzer, and eyebrows, and mascara as well. Sorry I missed out on the lip, but I feel like it's okay because I like natural lip. Here are my final reviews for the PROFILT'R Soft Matte Powder Foundation. So I recommended you to moisturize and hydrate your skin very well before using this product. Now, that being said, after I finished my makeup, I let it sit for about an hour. Now that I've let it set into my skin, as it settled so well into my skin. And after a couple of layers, I would say 1 or 2, maybe 3 if you feel like you need more. But I have to say I like the coverage. and it does feel lightweight. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything on my skin. I don't feel any texture on my skin or anything. I do feel like I have a soft matte look. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with the product. I would recommend to use a brush rather than a sponge, but that's my preference. I feel like, personally, I feel like the look came out better with a brush rather than a sponge. That's my personal opinion. You may have a better technique of using a sponge that will give you a better foundation application. If you do, please let me know. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you've used the Fenty foundation already, I would love to hear from you about how you feel about it, how it looks on your skin tone, also your skin concerns, and how it has helped or improved the look of your skin. And if you have any other foundation recommendations. But all in all, I feel like this is a really good solid foundation, especially if you just want something for everyday use. If you want a light foundation, something that you can build on if you feel the need to. It does give you that soft matte look with good coverage. It's not high coverage, please keep that in mind. Some of your hyperpigmentation and scarring will see through, but again, it depends on your concealer, your application, how many layers and how much you build up the foundation will determine the coverage you will receive. I've only done 2 to 3 layers of foundation, and so far I would say it covered about 80%, maybe 75 to 80% of my hyperpigmentation and scarring. So that is enough for me, especially if I am using a lightweight powder. I'm not going to expect it to completely conceal everything. So I love it. I mean, you guys have a great day. Once again, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.